The ghost of a lost world. Has a civilization older than Sumer just been found? What if the cradle of civilization, the very beginning of everything we call modern, wasn't where we thought it was? What if our history books, the ones that tell the story of Sumer as the world's first great civilization, are missing an entire staggering chapter? For generations, the story has been etched in stone. Sumer, in ancient Mesopotamia, was the birthplace of urban life, writing, and complex society. It stood as a beacon of human ingenuity, rising from the Fertile Crescent and illuminating the dawn of civilization. But deep beneath the sun-baked soil of modern-day Iraq, a whisper from the distant past has grown into a tantalizing murmur, one that suggests that before Sumer, before its majestic ziggurats and cuneiform tablets, an even older civilization may have flourished. This isn't just another archaeological discovery. It's a potential earthquake in our understanding of human history, sending waves of excitement and intense scrutiny through the archaeological world. It challenges long-held assumptions about when, where, and how our ancestors first began to build something truly. Our journey takes us to Tel El Ubaid, a place that has long remained in the shadow of its more famous neighbors. This unassuming mound in southern Iraq, barely noticed on most maps, now stands at the center of a monumental debate. For years, archaeologists have painstakingly sifted through its layers, unearthing fragments of a long-forgotten world. But recently, a series of discoveries has revealed far more than scattered remnants of the past. We're talking about substantial artifacts and architectural features that hint at something far more developed and organized than anything previously believed possible for their age. It's like finding a blueprint for a skyscraper when you were only expecting the plans for a mud hut. Think about it, Sumer. The name itself conjures images of ancient glory. We learn about it in school, and we watch documentaries about it. It has long been considered the undisputed origin point of urban civilization, the starting line of human history as we know it. Around 4,500 BC, give or take, the Sumerians began building cities like Uruk and Ur, developed the world's first writing system, cuneiform, and mastered farming on a scale large enough to feed thousands. They invented the wheel, developed sophisticated legal codes, and built massive temple complexes. They were, without a doubt, trailblazers. The prevailing narrative has always been that complex societies emerged here and then spread their innovations outward. The Uruk period, roughly from 4000 to 3100 BC, is often seen as a golden age when all these foundational elements came together. But the evidence now emerging from Tel El Ubaid suggests that what we're uncovering there may predate the Uruk period. It could even push the entire timeline of human civilization back by centuries, perhaps even by a millennium. It's like discovering a grandparent before you even knew your parents existed. This isn't just an earlier settlement. It's potentially an earlier civilization, complete with all the hallmarks we associate with developed societies. What exactly are we talking about when we say this? And that's precisely what's being unearthed at Tel El Ubaid. The architectural remains are, to put it mildly, astonishing. These are not simple dwellings. Instead, archaeologists have uncovered the foundations of what appear to be elaborate temple structures. These aren't just piles of bricks. They show evidence of careful planning, deliberate construction, and a clear understanding of engineering principles. To build something on this scale, a society must be highly organized. It requires leaders capable of coordinating labor, specialists who understand design and materials, and a workforce able to execute complex tasks. Imagine the sheer effort of quarrying stone, transporting it, and assembling it into towering structures without modern machinery. It's a monumental undertaking that speaks volumes about the society that built them. Beyond the grand architecture, the smaller details also tell a powerful story. The pottery fragments found at the site are anything but rudimentary. They feature intricate designs, patterns that are not merely decorative, but often symbolic. This isn't just a potter shaping a vessel. It's an artisan working within a broader cultural tradition. The consistency and complexity of these designs across numerous pieces suggest a shared cultural identity, a unified artistic vision passed down through generations. Such skill doesn't just appear overnight. It's the product of years, decades, perhaps even centuries of refinement and specialization. These aren't just pots. They are echoes of a sophisticated aesthetic, a visual language spoken by an ancient people. The scale and complexity of these constructions and crafts point to a society that wasn't just surviving, but thriving, innovating, and actively building a world for itself. It suggests a level of social and political organization capable of coordinating large-scale projects, managing resources, and channeling collective effort toward common goals. This wasn't a loose collection of tribes. It was a coherent, purposeful society. And it doesn't stop there. The tools recovered from Tel El Ubaid are equally revealing. While many are utilitarian, designed for daily tasks, others show a level of refinement and specialization that goes beyond basic survival needs. Blades honed to remarkable sharpness, instruments crafted with precision, and even decorative objects that seem to serve no practical purpose beyond adornment or ritual. These point to a society with craftsmen, perhaps even dedicated artists, who had both the time and resources to develop highly specialized skills. Perhaps the most breathtaking discovery, however, is the potential evidence of early forms of writing or symbolic representation. While not yet definitively confirmed as a full-fledged writing system such as cuneiform, the marks and symbols found on certain artifacts are intriguing. They hint at a nascent form of communication beyond simple imagery, a way to convey abstract ideas or record information. If these are indeed precursors to writing, they would push back the origin of one of humanity's most transformative inventions by a truly significant margin. Think about the impact of writing, the ability to store knowledge, transmit complex laws, and preserve stories. Its earliest stirrings would be a true game changer. But the real secret to sustaining a civilization, especially one of this proposed scale, lies in its ability to feed its people. And here, Tel El Ubaid has delivered another bombshell. Excavations have revealed what appear to be advanced irrigation systems. We're talking about canals and water management techniques designed to channel water from rivers or natural sources into agricultural fields. This isn't just a farmer digging a ditch. This is sophisticated hydrological engineering. It requires a deep understanding of the land, water flow, and collective effort. It implies a society capable of seasonal planning, organizing large-scale communal labor for construction and maintenance, and ensuring the equitable distribution of precious resources. Such systems allow for surplus food production, which in turn frees people to specialize in other tasks, to become artisans, priests, scribes, or builders. This is the very bedrock upon which urban centers are built. The existence of such systems, coupled with evidence of sophisticated agricultural practices, indicates a profound understanding of resource management and an advanced command of their environment. It fundamentally challenges the historical narrative that such levels of skill development only emerged much later, with Sumer. Now, imagine for a moment that all of this is true. Imagine that the evidence continues to mount, that the dating techniques are confirmed, and that the world's leading archaeologists agree we have found a civilization that predates Sumer. The implications are, quite simply, staggering. It would be like discovering that your great-great-grandparents were astronauts. It would require a complete, top-to-bottom reassessment of the timeline of human civilization. The textbooks would have to be rewritten. University courses would need to be overhauled. Our understanding of how, why, and when humans first transitioned from scattered groups to complex societies would be fundamentally transformed. This discovery would force us to reevaluate the origins of nearly every key societal development we attribute to Sumer, from urban planning and organized religion to early forms of governance and technological innovation. It would provide us with an entirely new lens through which to view the early chapters of humanity's story. Instead of Sumer being the absolute beginning, it might instead be seen as the successor to an even older, perhaps equally brilliant, precursor. This doesn't diminish Sumer's achievements. If anything, it deepens our appreciation, revealing that the roots of their remarkable advancements might stretch back even further than we ever dared to imagine. It could shed light on the very mechanisms by which human societies evolve, adapt, and innovate, providing invaluable insights into our shared past. But before we carve this new narrative into the history books, a crucial caveat must be stated clearly. This is a discovery, a hypothesis, and a profound possibility, but not yet a certainty. Extraordinary claims, as the saying goes, demand extraordinary evidence. The archaeological community, while buzzing with excitement, is also approaching this with great caution. This isn't about skepticism for skepticism's sake. It's about the rigorous, painstaking process of scientific verification. Further excavations are absolutely critical. Every layer of soil, every unearthed shard, every architectural trace must be meticulously documented and analyzed. This means more teams in the field, more careful excavation, and more precise mapping of the site. Alongside the physical excavation, there must be detailed analysis of every recovered artifact. What were they made of? How were they used? And what do they tell us about the people who crafted them? This isn't just about identifying objects. It's about piecing together the daily lives, beliefs, and technologies of an entire lost civilization. And perhaps most importantly, the dating techniques must be beyond reproach. Radiocarbon dating, thermoluminescence dating, and other advanced methods will be used to establish the precise age of these finds. These techniques are highly sophisticated, but they require careful sample collection and meticulous interpretation. Every date must be cross-referenced, confirmed, and then reconfirmed, ruling out any possibility of contamination or misinterpretation. Because the stakes are so high, the scrutiny will be intense. If these findings hold up, if the evidence solidifies, then we are truly on the cusp of rewriting history. We might just be looking at the ghost of a lost world, a civilization older than Sumer, waiting patiently beneath the sands to tell its story. The potential for such a revelation keeps archaeologists digging, scientists questioning, and all of us wondering, what other secrets does the Earth hold, just waiting to be uncovered? If you're fascinated by the hidden chapters of human history, you won't want to miss our next deep dive into ancient mysteries.